back, Commander. We're in the home stretch for nod missions for covert operations, and sometimes I wonder if they've run out of ideas. Like, they're not joking when they say this is a simple mission. Although, I mean, with that said, it's not a bad mission, as we'll see as this video goes along.
New construction.
So there's no money, and the only thing I can really think of doing is selling the comm center. Annoyingly, however, there's also no power, so you kinda gotta take your sweet time and wait until you can get an engineer produced. Gotta admit, I was pretty lucky with this one. I was like 100% certain I was gonna lose that flame tank. So the reason you need the engineer is to capture one of the Chinook here. And since I have no money, no power, and I'd rather not entice the AI to have something to blow up, I figure I might as well just sell the barracks, or Hand of Nod. I don't particularly know why they give you more than one Chinook, because, again, you can't actually capture them unless you have an engineer.
Reporting. Right away, sir. Yes, sir.
Kind of defeats the purpose, basically.
Moving out. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir. Roger. Right away, sir. Yes, affirmative. You got it. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
I'm not quite sure if the AI bugged out at a certain point, because those grenadiers and rocket soldiers don't seem to be doing anything.
Reporting. Right away, sir. Moving out.
I would have figured they'd be on some hunt mode immediately and go after your group at the Chinooks.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Moving out. Reporting. Moving out. Unit reporting. Affirmative. Waiting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
New construction.
Ready. Moving out. Yes, sir.
Low power.
Acknowledged. You got it. Reporting. Unit reporting. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Moving out. Reporting. Yes, sir. Reporting. Moving out. Yes, sir. Roger.
So we're not exactly in a good spot even after we rediscover our old base. Oh, and it looks like one of the mammoth tanks moved.
Right away, sir.
Building.
Reporting. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out.
Now, I figure we've already seen how churches will spawn money for us.
Affirmative.
So,
Yes.
why not see if that church up in the right has something for us?
Yes. Acknowledged. Affirmative. sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting orders. Unit reporting. Moving out. Reporting. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir. Reporting. Vehicle reporting out. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Unit reporting. Acknowledged. Moving out.
Construction complete.
Moving out.
I can't tell if the MRLS is just like on some weird patrol pattern, or if the mammoth tank is also going after the same target.
Building.
I imagine not, but
Reporting.
I don't know for sure.
Construction.
And luckily for us, the church actually did have money.
You got it.
We are going to have to
New
act
construction
if we
options.
want to live in a
Building.
different world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Moving out. Yes, sir. Got it. Report. Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
We are going to have to act.
Building.
There's a very unstable situation on the
Construction
ground
complete.
that is unfolding
Building.
very quickly.
Construction
move toward
complete.
more ideas that will actually help bring the thing to an
Building.
end.
Our base is under
Not a
attack.
problem. Yes, sir. Not a problem.
So you might want to keep your rocket soldiers in good health, at least for the start.
We are going to have to act.
It's actually pretty lucky for me to have built the turret rather than go for, say, a second refinery.
Building.
Vehicle required. Waiting. Reporting. Reporting. Not a problem. Affirmative. Got it. Wait. Got it. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Sadly, there's nothing else in this village.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Wait. Affirmative. Got it. Reporting out. Reporting. Got it. Reporting. Moving out. Moving out.
So that mammoth tank may be set to sleep mode until I guess something is done and forces them to move. But that hasn't happened yet, so let's make sure it doesn't. I was actually hoping that I might be able to do something with the infantry on the right, but they're pretty much resigned to their fate at this point. You'll also notice that there was at least one thing that revealed itself in the top left corner, namely an advanced guard tower. Kind of a dirty move for them to have, defenses up on a hill above your your harvesters. In a way, it does force the player to, if he doesn't want to go to a nearer Tiberium field, quickly go into one that may or may not have a couple extra units to harass your income. Sadly, we won't see any real improvements to harvesters, I think, for at least one more game. So we're kind of stuck with a somewhat dumb pattern for their actions. I'm at a point where there's not enough Tiberium to justify doing anything with both harvesters, so thankfully using a mixed group of flame tanks and light tanks kind of makes attacking any turret much easier. Oh yeah, and also there were some engineers that came in and captured some other stuff. Thankfully, once you destroy those towers, the AI doesn't ever rebuild them. Oh, we're also locked out of the Temple of Nod, so I can't cheese it with a nuke anywhere. That being said, this mission actually isn't like too terrible for attacking stuff, so... Now you may wonder, why would I want to capture a second Chinook? And, well, let's just say I may have a trick up my sleeve. After all, if I don't get nukes, I'm gonna find a different way to get into the base. I actually really like the setup where the AI has like a turret or tower or anything kind of just like hiding or built around some sandbags. Or I guess within some sandbags. Anyways, point is that I actually really like that compared to every other defense where it's some freestanding thing. It would have probably been a better idea to clear out everything on the bottom of the map first, just because there's not much real effort that needs to be put into it. So at this point I basically know what the base looks like. There's quite a few defenses, although it's not like a huge pain in the ass to have to deal with them. AI tends to push out a mammoth tank every so often, more regularly than other tanks. So as long as I can keep the Tiberium fields clear, it shouldn't be an issue. That being said, it does seem that the AI builds tanks really quickly and replaces them really quickly, so maybe that's why I ended up not bothering with clearing the entire bottom side of the map. So I've spent a lot of money on engineers. And I have 2 Chinooks. Might as well put them to use. I don't know why that mana tank was bugged out. I thought it was pretty funny that it just kept dancing. For whatever reason, the AI just absolutely does not want to do anything when it comes to like taking out the construction yard. And now that I know that they have no power, it's just a matter of walking in and destroying whatever building I can with the minigunners. Oh, also, I don't know what led to that happening. You can see that every time I try to shoot the advanced guard tower, something with its proximity to the wall or the angle at which I was attacking, I don't know, there's something about it, and I just couldn't damage the advanced guard tower. I had to use not only it was either a choice of the light tanks or obelisk of light. Either would have worked, and we can see that the bug is happening again. Because, for whatever reason, I can't seem to shoot at the advanced guard tower. All the rounds are quote-unquote hitting the wall, but it doesn't make any sense. Because minigunner shots don't work that way. The only thing I can imagine is some very weird, and maybe it's not supposed to happen, interaction between minigunners and just like guns, and an awkward placement between the wall and an advanced guard tower. Because advanced guard towers are the only thing that are of a larger size that way, that have like a sort of empty spot,
Construction complete.
like it kind of like the obelisk of light, where you're shooting is not necessarily where like it looks like it should go. Anyways, the point is that it's just a second it's a second example of this like weird behavior happening.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Unit report. Moving out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was really hoping that guy would have walked towards my obelisks